Your spouse is not motivated because they have negativity. You call it for what it is. It's not complicated. The reason why you're not motivated is because you are in a cycle of reviewing negativity inside you, all your mistakes, all your issues, all your flaws. And when you review all your mistakes, your issues, and your flaws, you are not going to get going. You are not going to move your business. You are not going to change people's lives. You're not going to fulfill. You're not going to get a raise. You are not going to get that job. Negative thoughts and negative emotions generally come from mistakes or somebody else's mistake. Your mistakes or somebody else's mistakes. But what happens to people is they get caught up into the review of everything that hasn't worked. And they wake up thinking about everything that hasn't worked. And so they're caught up into the negative review of information that then puts them into a state of fear, puts them into a state of anxiety, and they can't make choices to adapt, and they lack self-control. So what's happening is, as people go to fear, they're losing control. And when you lose control, then somebody else can control you. When you lose control of yourself, you're more susceptible to being controlled by somebody else or some other organization. And so you want to check in with yourself and go, what am I reviewing? What's going on inside my head? What's going on inside my heart? What kind of information do I review on a daily basis? And what does it do to me? What does it do to me? Does it motivate me? No, it makes me negative. Okay, well, quit reviewing that information. We need to turn our head onto things that can move us forward. To be able to motivate us. Motivation comes from the information you review. That's where it comes from. If you review negative information, you're not going to be motivated. It's just not. But when you're thinking of solutions and you're thinking how to do things, you're thinking how to fix things, you're thinking how to build things, that will create motivation. What we review either shuts us down or gets us to stand up and get moving. So all the content you review inside of you, that's what you do every day. Your brain is cycling through all the information that's inside of you. So when you don't feel motivated and you don't feel like you can do things and you're feeling fear and you're feeling like you can't do much, it's because of the information you're reviewing. We got to switch that into something else so that you can move or motivate self. Motivation doesn't come from a drink. It does not come from another person. You cannot live off the motivation of another person. You have to review the content or the inventory or the information that's inside of you and notice what you keep reviewing. Your motivation is your responsibility, and it's your choice if you're going to have motivation or not based upon the things that you review. People who review negative things and they think about negative things and they think about their mistakes are not motivated. People who review possibilities and think about what can be done, and people who think about the opportunities, those people are self-motivated based upon what they review. So as a coach for 16 plus years, super easy to find out what's going on with a person, if they're motivated or not. All you have to do is listen to them. Listen to what a person talks about. Listen to what comes out of their mouth. What comes out of their mouth is a sample of what's going on inside their head. And then the other thing you do is you watch what a person does. If a person is not motivated, it's because they have negativity in them. It's very simple. The lack of motivation is not a really big equation because negative is a subtraction. It's a subtraction sign. And so if somebody's reviewing negativity, they're going to do less. So if your spouse is not doing much and they're not doing or helping around the house, it's because their head is full of negativity. Now, they're not going to tell you that it is, and they will disagree with you, but they don't study their own psychology. Most people I meet have no clue about psychology. They're actually very deceived about how their current condition is because they don't analyze it, they don't work on it, they don't evaluate it, but yet they think they know everything about themselves. But behavior tells everything. Language and behavior tells everything that's going on inside the person. It says everything. When somebody doesn't get up and do things and they don't follow through with what they said they're going to do, it's because they're full of negativity. And negativity creates fear, it creates scared, it creates anxiety, it creates hesitation, it creates avoidance. And that's why people don't do things, because they have negativity. Like, let's keep this super simple. A person who does not take action has too much negativity. A person who does take action is a person who has other things that they're thinking about. They're thinking about outcome, possibilities, opportunity, what they can build, what they can create, what are the solutions. Really simple to discern why somebody's not motivated. So if your teenager's not motivated, it's because they have negativity inside them. Your spouse is not motivated because they have negativity. You call it for what it is. It's not complicated. The reason why you're not motivated is because you are in a cycle of reviewing negativity inside you. All your mistakes, all your issues, all your flaws. And when you review all your mistakes, your issues, and your flaws, you are not going to get going. You are not going to move your business. You are not going to change people's lives. You're not going to fulfill. You're not going to get a raise. You are not going to get that job. You're not. Who wants to hire somebody who's emotionally in debt? Who wants to hire somebody who's mentally in debt because they have so much negativity? See, people don't realize that they put themselves in debt mentally and emotionally, then they become in debt physically, then they become in debt financially. Financial debt does not happen because of a lack of money. It happens because of a review of negative contents. That's where it comes from. I mean, the simple of all simples, what you review inside of you affects your life. And for some reason, people are forgetting this. They don't pay attention to this. They think it's the job that does their life and makes their life. They think money decides their lifestyle. That's not where it begins. It begins with the contents that are reviewed. That's what determines your lifestyle. That's what determines your success. That's what determines motivation, is what do you review inside your head? What's going on inside your skull? What's going on inside this noggin? And if you don't look inside your head to figure out what's going on in there, you're going to keep blaming people around you for your lack of motivation. You're going to keep blaming whatever, because you're going to look for an external excuse when it's an internal reason. Your problem with motivation is you keep looking on the outside what you're going to change. It's not going to fix anything. Not going to fix anything. You want to get that goal? You got to change what you're thinking about. You got to switch from negative to positive. It's like so baseline simple, but we tend to forget this. Your success is based upon the contents you review. And that information, that content is based upon what you choose to do with your thoughts. You know this. I'm another person telling you something you already know. You already know this. Maybe you don't. Maybe this is the first time. Okay, first time. Here we go. But really, seriously, if I could come over to your house right now and have a sandwich with you, and we whip up a green smoothie, and we're going to sit there and eat our sandwich and have a green smoothie, well, I'd be asking you, what's going on in your head? And I'd be asking you, what's your goal? People without goals, do you hear this? People without a goal have negativity in their head. But Kirk, I have a goal and I have negativity. Okay, so you got the goal set and you can't get your goal? Well, you're focusing too much on your flaws, your mistakes, all the things that have gone wrong. That is so yesterday. It is yesterday. Keep the past in the past. You get to be here today. You get a brand new day. Thank God for a brand new day. That gives us a chance to go reset. I get a new chance. Yesterday's over. File it. Put it away. Put it away so that I can believe in myself again. Here we go. Give yourself a fresh start. The problem is we don't give our brain a fresh start. We keep dragging yesterday into today with all the negativity, and then it clutters our day. And then we're unmotivated and we don't take steps for our goal. And then we think something's wrong with us. The thing that is wrong with you is what you review. That's the thing that's wrong with you, is the information you keep reviewing. You change what you review, you change the motivation inside of you. And this is part of self-control. Self-control is you choose what to review, intentionally choose. Because right now your brain is just on autopilot and it just keeps recycling everything that's in your head. And mostly it's going to focus on your mistakes and everything you've done wrong and all your flaws and all your issues, because your brain is evaluating how long you're going to live based upon this level of negativity. And so it's worried about your future, and that it doesn't want you to get hurt, stung, bothered, embarrassed, upset. And so it's constantly reviewing the negativity to make sure you never make that mistake again. But then what happens is all that review of that negativity puts you in a state of paralysis by analysis.